So in the following events of Dead Rising Deluxe Remastered coming out last year, wow, I am so excited for this. Okay, so I want to say this ahead of time. The information you have read probably is different from the one I have read and vice versa, so take what I say with a grain of salt. Um, so if you don't remember, so if you don't know, um, it came out and Capcom has not said anything about it yet so far. So um, we're getting a new direct sequel of a Dead Rising Deluxe Remastered, and it's supposed to be like a, and I'm guessing Frank West is coming back as the main character. So, and the information I have read is, like I said, completely different from the one you read. So, yeah. Um, when so I guess this direct sequel is going to be ignoring Dead Rising 4. So for those who don't know, Dead Rising 4 is pretty much got negative reviews by even us diehard Dead Rising fans. So I never played it, so and I think because of those negative comments I never played it, so yeah. So but yeah, according to the information I got, like I said, it's gonna be completely ignoring Dead Rising 4, and I think it's gonna be more ingrained like Dead Rising 2 in a way. So it could be a deluxe remastered sequel. I don't know. But when I first heard about this, I thought it was gonna be like a movie. But I thought it was gonna be like an animated movie for us, like late teens, up to like adults. But um, apparently, it's gonna be like a game. So again, Capcom has not officially said anything about it. It's just rumored. So yeah, take this whole video as a grain of salt. So with a grain of salt, I should say. But yes, there's gonna be, and honestly, I think we should get it. So I think we should have it because if you remember, there was supposed to be a Dead Rising 5. I think like what, a year or so, a year or two after Dead Rising 4. But after the negative reviews that Dead Rising 4 has received, Dead Rising 5 was eventually canceled, and Dead Rising 5 never saw the light of day, and we never saw it. So yeah, but yeah, Dead Rising 5 never came out. It's probably in the archives somewhere, deep into, Capcom's, building somewhere. Um, so I'm excited for it personally. I can't wait to see it. And you guys know how excited I got when the Deluxe Remastered dropped with a couple of trailers. So, so who knows? Maybe this will be better than Dead Rising 5. Although, like I said, Dead Rising 5 never came out. So maybe this will be better than Dead Rising 5. And like I said, the information I read, like I said, I know I sound like a broken record, I'm sorry. But this Dead Rising sequel is going to be ignoring Dead Rising 4. So that could be a good thing to us hardcore Dead Rising fans. So again, I never played Dead Rising 4. I've only seen Let's Plays and walkthroughs and stuff. So I don't know if that counts as me playing it, but whatever. So what do you guys think about this possible Dead Rising sequel game? Personally, I'm excited for it. And let me know in the comments now who you think is going to be in this, aside from Frank West. Personally, I think it would make sense, that Chuck Green would come back. And Peter Fleming, huge shout out to him. I don't know if he's watching this, I doubt it, because he's a busy man. But, it would make sense if they're going to bring Chuck Green into the mix at some point in the game. It would make sense to have Peter Fleming to come back. And yeah, it will only make sense to if Chuck Green is gonna come back, might as well have Peter Fleming inside or in the game eventually. Not in the game, just like doing his voice like a voiceover. Um, um, so yeah, man, I'm excited for this. And this is not. I don't think this. And I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be a thing. And I might as well say this now. I don't think whatever the plot was for like the main plot for Dead Rising 5, I'm pretty sure they're not going to use it for this direct sequel. Although I'm pretty sure they'll find a way to sneak it in at some point. But yeah, it would totally make sense though, regardless, to have, Chuck Green in eventually as like a co-op buddy, and he helps you out with missions and stuff and killing zombies and saving survivors, kind of like in Off the Record and in Case West. So I think that would be cool. And the one thing I hope happens, and there's two things I hope that happens. Zombrex will come into play some point in the game, because if you remember in the first game, Isabella pretty much, spoilers if you haven't played the game, Isabella pretty much created Zombrex. And two, and I hope she comes back, I don't know, because according to the comic books, which I haven't read, so please don't hate me in the comments. I have not read the Road to Fortune City comics, although by the time you see this, I'm planning to buy some, so so I can keep up with the story and all. The second thing is I hope, they bring back combo weapons, like the Defiler and the Spike Bat and all that fun stuff. And who knows, maybe Nick Ramos will show up eventually, or he'll be referenced, or be cameoed. And I just found this out now, that the same guy who voiced Nick Ramos in Dead Rising 3 is the same guy who voiced one of the characters in the Recess Disney show. If you remember that show, then you're awesome. Yeah, he voiced one of the characters. I think it was a kid with the backwards red hat that he voiced. You can let me know in the comments if I'm right or wrong. It was one of those guys. But yeah, I'm excited for it. As a Dead Rising fanatic, I think it would make sense though. I know, broken record, I know. But I think it would make sense if Chuck Green was in it, and he becomes like, not like a sidekick, but like a partner to Frank West, and he helps out Frank with pretty much everything, killing zombies and stuff. And it also would make sense if Peter Fleming would return as the voice of Chuck Green, because I will not accept anyone else. I don't care if you get a sound alike. It has to be the actual Peter Fleming. Otherwise, I would not be interested in it. But in all seriousness, if they did get Peter Fleming back, because Peter Fleming is the one and only Chuck Green, in my opinion. So, but yeah. So let me know in the comments of who you think is going to be in it. Is there going to be like cameos from the previous Dead Rising games? Is it going to be like brand new characters, or is it like, is it going to be like original characters, but they are reimagined in this? Because it is a deluxe remaster technically, so either way. I'm just excited for it. And I hope they will release it for the Switch, because I haven't played a Dead Rising game since Dead Rising 3, so yeah, Capcom, since you and Nintendo are buddy, and Nintendo and Capcom actually allowed Nintendo to have some of the Capcom characters in Smash Brothers, it would make sense if they collabed and worked together and talk it out. Maybe release Dead Rising Deluxe Remastered for the Switch in the meantime, so but yeah. And again, Peter Fleming has to come back as Frank, not Frank. It would be funny if Frank West, you hear Peter Fleming's Chuck Green voice out of Frank West. That would be so. I'm pretty sure someone made a fan video about that. I'm pretty sure out there somewhere. And if you did, huge shout out to you. And yeah. But yeah, who do you think is gonna be in this? Let me know. And but yeah, I would love to see pretty much everything. Like, they have to make references to like Fortune City and pretty much pretty much everything in the Dead Rising universe, and like I said, it's gonna completely ignore Dead Rising 4. So I guess we'll see what happens by then. So yeah, I'm excited for it. Let me know what you think of it. And if you excuse me, there's some Dead Rising videos I have to watch in the meantime, waiting for Capcom to say if it's official or not. So, Capcom, if it is official, please talk with Nintendo since you're buddy with each other, and make it released, and make Nintendo Switch copies of Dead Rising Deluxe Remastered, and who knows, you can just sell it for older people. Not like senior citizens, like people like in the early to mid 20s and stuff. And I hope you know what I mean, Capcom and Nintendo. I hope. So, yeah. With that said, take care.